This setting is making you lose. So guys, I am first going to show you my controller settings and then I will show you my new camera settings, okay? So first and foremost, through pass assistance is always going to be semi. FIFA trainer, put it on show so we can see the offside indicators in game. Time finishing, it needs to be on. If you're someone who plays time finishing on off and EA is telling you that it is recommended, that is totally false. You need the time finishing to be on, and if you're not good at it, go in the practice arena and actually get the timing right. It is very important. Next player switch indicator, also it should be on. It just tells you which player is going to second man press, which player are you going to switch to next if you click the L1 button, and that is something good, especially if you do not have much practice with the switching, right? Pass block assistant, keep it on. Now, auto switching on air balls and loose balls. Any other setting is totally incorrect. All right, auto switching move assistance, none or low. Okay, that is it. I personally use it as low, but none I would recommend for the most players. Clearance assistance needs to be directional. Player lock always on. Again, EA says it's not recommended, but it is very recommended. And if you want to learn the player lock, make sure to check my video on player lock that I will link in the description below. Icon switching, keep it off, it is useless. Right stick switching, classic. Alright, now this is the setting I am talking about. I coach many players. Talking about coaching, if you do want to get coached by me, to make sure to check the description. Alright, but guys, see, right stick switching reference, it needs to be player relative. So many people are still using ball relative when I am coaching them, and their switching is totally shambolic, or it is not at the level which I desire it to be at, right? So if you want to switch like a pro, and if you actually want to become better at this game, want to become the best of the best, then you need to use player relative. If you want to apply manual pressure, if you want to have more control over your switching, then player relative is the way to go. Ball relative is easier to learn, player relative is harder to learn. Put in the time, learn it, it is very important. So the ground pass is going to be assisted, the shot is going to be assisted. You can try semi if you want, because EA did buff the semi settings this year. However, most players use assisted, and I personally also go with assisted. Alright, cross assistance is something I use at semi because I go with a lot of German crosses. I am all about that German cross. King Glitchy is the name, so it gives me better control. I always use the semi settings. Even when I am doing L1 square passes, I have a wood where ghost on the far post, I go with semi, right? Lob pass, again, same reason, semi. Lob through pass, semi. Better control. Save assistance really doesn't matter. It is not for online play. Analog sprint off, you cannot do sprint boost if it is on. Pass receiver lock, once again, if you have bad gameplay, you can try animation start. It's really nice if you have bad gameplay. Otherwise, late is the best option, right? All of these settings are going to be off. So for my camera settings, the last time I showed you guys, I was using 18 on the height and 3 on the zoom, right? But I have changed it back to the good old 14:2. I am using telebroadcast 14:2, and I do use co-op sometimes. I know many champions who are using co-op this year. So if you want to go on and learn the co-op camera, and if it gives you a better view, and if you are able to switch better, it's better for the lob pass glitch, then go with the co-op camera. But personally for me, my gameplay is getting one-on-one and using skill moves, so I always prefer the telebroadcast camera.